Hey, everybody. Welcome to yet another edition of Deep Fat Fried, the greatest podcast ever to exist. Not that there's really a high bar for podcasts. I find that most podcasts are absolute dog shit. We're basically the only good podcast, I would say. I don't
even think of us as a podcast.
Yeah, I'm struggling to think of a better podcast.
I don't even think we're a podcast.
Yeah, what are we, Paul?
We're a show.
We're just a show.
Let's be real about it. Like, we're not a podcast.
What the fuck's a podcast anyway?
I'll tell you what a podcast is. Hello. Welcome again to Weekly Happenings. My name is Stuart Little, and these are my co-defendants or whatever the fuck. You know, like just that stupid, bland NPR. Today we're gonna discuss the migratory nesting patterns of the southwestern yellow-bellied swallow, one of the most enigmatic birds.
Enigmatic.
I want to know more.
Yes.
Yeah, keep going. I want more information about the fucking yellow-breasted swallow or whatever.
The southwestern yellow-bellied swallow.
Southwestern.
We have to look at his cousin, the northeastern red-bellied, long-tongued seersucker sapsucker.
Oh wow, he sucks a lot.
Yes.
Sucks seers and saps. I love it.
A bird whose long name belies a long list of interesting evolutionary quirks.
I've heard the show many times.
Oh man, Paul needs to quit this and go do one of those terrible shows, man.
Hey, but I can just do one on the side, maybe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, I'll have this personality. I'll have the real me over here, and then over there I'll be like Walt Jacobson or something.
Yeah,
hello,
no one even
Walt
has to know.
Jacobson here.
Oh my God, Paul, you should do it, and you should build up an audience of people who like that boring shit.
Yeah,
and then one episode you should just be like, hey, it's me, Walt Jacobson here. Just wanted to let everyone know, fuck you, you useless cocksucking pieces of shit.
People wouldn't even believe it was real. They would be like,
hacked,
deep fake or whatever.
He was hacked.
Walt Jacobson is my friend.
So, a lot of people liked the TJ's crazy hypotheticals that I did, and it was pretty easy to do. So I decided to do a part 2, but then part 2 turned out to be way harder because I used a lot of the good scenarios that I had in my head in the first one.
Oh,
but
shit.
I think I was able to cobble together a sequel.
That's good.
This is TJ's Crazy Hypotheticals 2, Lord JIMBLEE's Revenge. Because for some reason, Lord JIMBLEE, like, even though I never got into I never got into any sort of detail about him whatsoever.
Who the fuck is Lord JIMBLEE?
See, I don't know. But listen, there was one of the questions,
okay,
in the last thing where an elf appeared and said, "I am Lord JIMBLEE," and I didn't.
Oh yeah.
I didn't say that I didn't describe his dance. I didn't describe his appearance. I just said he does a stupid dance and sings a stupid song.
Okay.
And people in the chat were like, Lord JIMBLEE is my god now. There's all kinds of comments about Lord JIMBLEE and shit. So
okay, got it.
For some reason, Lord JIMBLEE is like the runaway underground hit of that episode. So I figured throw him right in the title.
Well, yeah. I mean, if he's the big antagonist.
Oh, there Scotty goes.
It's all right.
We plow.
I suppose so.
Yeah, so he was the big. I mean, he wasn't really even an antagonist. I guess he was kind of like mischievous because he was the one that offered the bean that makes whoever eats it super fucking godlike attractive or whatever. And you and your significant other stumble upon it and had to decide like who gets the bean, or do we just leave it here and avoid all the issues it could potentially bring up and all this stuff.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah, but for some reason, that was kind of like, I mean, it was to the point where there is a Lord JIMBLEE question in this batch. And I test my questions on my wife and shit. So I bring it to her and I'm like, yeah. And I read her the Lord JIMBLEE question and she's like, I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I'm like, well, didn't you just hear what I said? She's like, no, I'm sorry. I was thinking about Lord JIMBLEE. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this fucking paper thin goddamn elf character apparently so fucking captivating?
I didn't realize that Lord JIMBLEE had taken on such a life of his own.
You didn't even remember that he fucking existed. You're just like, who the fuck is Lord JIMBLEE?
I had discarded Lord JIMBLEE.
Right, which I think is like what I would have expected, because it's like, An elf appears. His name is Lord JIMBLEE. He does a dance. But for some reason, that stuck with people. Anyway, now that Scotty's back, hopefully with some sort of permanence.
I'm sorry, Lord JIMBLEE. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Lord JIMBLEE done took it down. I'm going to start with one called the Ken Doll Conundrum. All right. You wake up in the middle of the night to find your penis is missing. There's no sign that it was cut off. It just seems to have vanished from your anatomy, leaving only a smooth patch of flesh where it once was. You panic and rush to the bathroom to examine this more closely. While staring dumbfounded and horrified into your bathroom mirror, your reflection transforms before your eyes into a classic depiction of Satan. He's red and horned and holds in his hands a pitchfork, and in the other hand, your penis. He laughs maniacally like a Saturday morning cartoon villain and tells you that he has taken your penis down to hell. You decide to tattletale on him to God. You pray for hours that God will intercede on your behalf and retrieve your penis. But your prayers go unanswered. Days go by and the situation does not remedy. You find that no matter how much you drink, you never have to urinate, so that's not an issue. Weeks go by, and you begin to adjust somewhat to your new reality. You still get aroused, but have no means of release. You start talking about your problem to other people, because even though you feel embarrassed about it, you do feel like you can't handle the problem without some kind of support. Word spreads about you, and over the next year, you become something of a celebrity. You start going on talk shows, you write a best-selling book, you become famous for not having a penis. And while jokes are sometimes made at your expense, the national sentiment towards you is generally positive, and you are seen by many as an inspirational figure who overcame adversity. Several years go by, and you have made wise public relations decisions to leverage initial interest in your lack of a penis into somewhat of a small media empire. You sell merchandise, you do regular interviews, you have speaking engagements, you make an occasional cameo in a movie, you eat at fine dining establishments, you live in the high life, basically. In many respects, life is better for you now than it ever was before. The main drawback is that you can't experience orgasms, even when you attempt to induce them by stimulating your prostate or something else like that. You just can't get any sexual satisfaction, which is a shame because now there are many beautiful women interested in you due to your fame and fortune. One night, as you're working on your latest book, click-clacking away, an angel of the Lord appears before you in a majestic portal of heavenly light. You shield your eyes for a moment, but then you realize that even though the light is brighter than any you've seen before, it does not hurt your eyes. The angel of the Lord tells you in his booming voice that God has heard your prayers, the ones from years earlier, and that he can, if you wish, restore you to your former glory by retrieving your penis from Satan and reattaching it to your body. At first, your heart swells with joy, but then the angel explains that if you choose to restore your penis, it will happen at the very moment that you lost it originally, and all of your fame, fortune, and acclaim will have never happened, and you will have no recollection of it either. Your life will never have deviated from its normal course. You wonder to yourself, is it worth giving up all that I have achieved in these last few years to go back to my tedious old life just to restore my dick? And that's the question you two must now answer, so go ahead.
Oh, damn, dude. That's fucking hard, man. It's fucking hard as shit. It's like you have all this fame, you have this fortune, you basically have your life like made. But then, it's not like you're losing that in the sense if you decide to go back to it, you're not going to remember it, right?
Yeah,
right.
You don't remember it. It just never happened.
So it's like,
so you're not going to miss it or anything, but you are going to have to give it up, knowing that you could have been this not like a super important figure in society, but a well-liked person, people see on the streets like, yo, that's that guy, all that shit.
It's no dick, dude.
It's that guy with no dick. He's great.
What's done? How you doing, man?
Can I get a picture?
Paulie No Dick. Hey, Paulie No Dick.
He's inspiring, man.
Fuck, dude.
But I don't know, man. Man, these stupid fucking torturous ass, long-winded ass, fucking constrictive ass hypotheticals.
Oh, you know what, Paul? I got that criticism last time, and I actually created some that are more open-ended for you. So
I see.
This one is more of a binary choice, but there are some that are way more open-ended.
I mean, the simple way to ask this would be your dick or fame and fortune.
Right.
Yeah.
Choose one. Well, guaranteed fame and fortune or your dick.
Yeah, but I like to right. fucking weave a little.
No, you spiced it up.
Yeah,
but it just makes it complex to think about. It took me a while to whittle it down to its essence.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I was thinking about the devil holding my dick and like,
hey, these are all factors. You gotta
at me.
Gotcha, dick.
Yeah, in your case. I kind of like my dick too much, dude. I'm gonna go with the more vain choice. Well, I guess maybe less vain choice of choosing my cock.
I don't know, man. If my dick has to be taken by Satan for me to be my best me, why would I want to undo that? You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, it sucks.
Oh shit, dude.
It sucks. You know what I mean? But you know what else sucks? Being poor. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, man. I can judge no one for
I just maybe I wouldn't if I was actually in this situation. I might make a different choice, but from where I stand right now, you know what I mean.
Paul wants no dick. He's gonna take it away.
I don't even really relish the fame. It's just like the security of like money not being an issue at all. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like that to me is worth more than my dick, I guess.
That one was a long. That one's a long question with a. I figured it would be a short answer because it is just a simple binary choice. This one is a little bit more open ended, and you guys can kind of think about this. Okay. This one is called Fart LLC. You're looking at your bank account one night, and you notice a series of mysterious payments from a company called Fart LLC. Each payment is in the amount of $10, and there are several of them over the course of the day. You think to yourself how odd that is, and by sheer happenstance, you let out a fart at that exact moment. Immediately, another $10 payment comes in from Fart LLC. You think to yourself, no way. You feel a little bit of lingering gas in your colon, so you decide to push out another little toot, and sure enough, another $10 comes in from Fart LLC. You decide to do a Google search to see if this is happening to anyone else, and you don't have to look far because you're shocked to discover this is actually a global phenomenon. Everyone, everywhere, is being paid $10 a fart, so long as they have a bank account. Stores are being ravaged for gassy foods, and economists are in a confused panic trying to figure out what this is going to do to the economy. And even though neither of my co-hosts here are economists, I'm going to try to get their opinion. I want you both to speculate what this turn of events will do to the planet. Will it lead to the rise of a new fart-based economy? Will there be massive devaluation of currency as so much money is generated without labor? What other impacts will this phenomenon have, assuming it continues unabated?
I mean, certainly if this is true for every human being on the planet and they're all aware of it, there's no way that we keep a sustainable economy. So it would probably force the end of capitalism because there would be no way to account because like the government has no control over these funds. They can't stop it from happening.
Nope.
You know what I mean? It happens uniformly no matter what countermeasures are taken. So they would have to either just like raise the price of everything by an astronomical amount and force people into being like fart farmers.
Well, inflation would be massive because, I mean, look, there's some gassy ass people in the world. Yeah, of course, people would immediately go, "Oh yeah, I won't get the $10." They'd be fucking eating like beans and anything that's really fibrous, so they could fart crazy.
Broccoli.
Dude, a thing that we have to deal with is like companies that dealt with like products like smell products. Like that would fucking the stocks of those companies would shoot through the roof, man. 'Cause every house you go into would be just disgusting for a while.
Dude, the whole world would have like a broccoli and bean based food system at the end of this.
Oh yeah. I mean, not only that, people would be trying to figure out who Fart LLC was,
and then like rich
speculating that it's,
people,
like, God,
would have
speculating it's
like
aliens and shit.
Rich people would have like different gassy foods like asparagus, you know, and like beluga caviar or whatever, you know.
Would rich people even care about $10 a fart though?
No, but everybody would be rich people at a certain point. Like I'm just saying, like the paradigm changes and there's a few people kind of overseeing just a giant fart factory made of people.
You fucking know that,
there'd be like religious conservatives and shit too that were like, this is the devil trying to debase us by making us fart. Don't fart. Farts are wrong.
Yeah.
And there'd be other religious
people
people
going
like,
home and
give your
farting all over themselves.
Give your fart money to me.
Oh, dude, you know what happened a lot too? People trying to push those farts out, so there'd be a lot of fucking shitty pants.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
People
I think
shitting
I imagine that shitting your pants would probably become like less of a faux pas. I'd be like, that's like understandable.
Yeah, like every like.
Oh yeah, it'd just be a normal thing.
Every like restaurant, movie theater place, like shit your pants, get your fucking new underwear kit right here. Like,
maybe people would just start meeting on toilets. You know what I mean? Like they just put toilets instead of seats around tables at restaurants.
Yeah. So like
so
in case there's an accident, you know?
Yeah. So you didn't have to shit yourself. It's like a luxury experience, you know? You still get to cash your fart check, but you get to enjoy some fucking tempura vegetables and some of that Wisconsin broccoli.
You know, there'd be like
hard to come.
You know, there'd be like snake oil salesmen and shit, like trying to sell like Mega Fart 9,000, guaranteed up to 1,200 farts a day and shit, you know?
I'm Billy Mays for Extra Fart, the craziest pro fart biotic that you can take. Quadruple your fart budget for the month, folks. And then but see, I'm kind of more of a far futurist person, so I just see us as basically like giant pleasure cows. To where like we're just constantly fed things that make us fart and given instant pleasure reward for it. So we just kind of lay around in puddles of shit all day.
Oh, dude, there'd be
robots clean us up and shit. And they use the methane that we're fucking making from our constant gassiness to like power all their machinery that keeps us alive and happy and shit. You know, the Matrix future, but a willing one.
The fart Matrix.
Because slowly but surely everybody gives over their will to Fart LLC. It just, you know what I mean?
It owns the planet, dude. Dude, this is what I would imagine. What about the people that can't? There's people out there that are like, they're flatulently challenged, let's be honest.
Right.
So they'd be like self-help books like, you and flatulence, like a guide.
Right.
Oh,
look,
yeah.
TJ, you struggle with flatulence. Do you struggle with it, TJ? Of course you do. You know what your problem is, TJ? You're not eating enough beans. You're not eating enough fiber. I've tried that. TJ, you gotta believe. You gotta believe you can fart.
Oh, you know, the Smoothie King around here would definitely have like a drink called like the Flatulator or something. It'd be like it'd be like broccoli based and shit.
There'd be those like brave social media posts at one point. Why I stopped participating in the fart economy and why you should too.
Oh yeah, that'd be that. And there'd also be like experts on like CNN and shit. Like, you know, they'd be getting on there like, you know, I think it's insane how, you know, people have debased themselves by giving in to this, you know, fart-based system, and then someone will fucking fart right in his face and blow the toupee off his head. Ah! Well, I never, you know, like it's gonna be awesome, man.
If every time you fart, you get $10. The shit that made you fart would be super valuable. So like a can of beans is now like what, 20 cents, 50 cents, something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, that should be like fucking $500 for a can of beans.
$500. Well, that wouldn't be worth it. You only get $10 a fart. You know, you're not going to get. I mean, it might be like $5 or something.
Nah, dude. We're gonna be hoarding that shit, dude. They're gonna be like,
okay,
shortages, bean shortages. Miles for cans of beans. Give me that can of beans, bitch.
Dude, I don't even care if the rest of this episode sucks, TJ. This is This is my favorite hypothetical of them all right here.
I wrote this with you in mind, Paul. I really did.
I love farts.
I was specifically trying to tickle you with this. So
yeah, no, this definitely tickles me, dude. Just like I just keep imagining like all these hyper specialized robots,
dude,
manipulating these big methane nets above just giant, fat, sloppy, what used to be humans. You know what I mean? That are just like every half second just farting. Like they don't even emote anymore. They just like breathe by farting.
Like fart with their currency, dude. Think about this. Like if you had to go somewhere and it's like, yeah, you want a cheeseburger? Okay, that'll be 5 farts. Like, all right. You fucking pump. You push out your 5 farts. Like, here you go, sir.
Well, I think people would still use money because I mean, like when you fart, money goes into your bank account. So
yeah, but
well, people use money until the brilliant motherfucker like Scotty came around and was like, "I'll take farts directly," and then it just becomes a giant business and everybody tries to emulate it. It's like the Google of farts. You know what I mean? Like if you come, give me the fart directly. I'll take the fart via phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking fart rich, TJ. I'm like, look, TJ,
I think there'd also be massive speculation about who Fart LLC was. Like people would be like, is it God? Is it aliens?
Would it lead to like payment methods at stores where instead of like a thing to scan your card, it's just like this panel that you have to put your butt cheeks on and fart on? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like you're finishing up your dinner and instead of a check, they bring you this thing that you've got to like cram down your pants and fart into.
You gotta fart.
We got 7 farts for this one.
And then eventually it'll just be built into your seat, Like you'll sign a thing that says all the farts that I make at this restaurant belong to the restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, people mortgage away all their farts to like companies and shit. Like, I want to live a life on a lap of luxury. All right.
Mortgage your farts.
Yeah. Dude, you know what happened immediately.
Sign away. Low percentage rate of 99.9%. We will give you 3 years worth of farts today as a loan.
Oh yeah,
people would be like, keep on farting.
People would be like signing away like their fart rights to like companies to pay for shit. Like, look, yeah, I mean, I'll sign my fart rights away to you. It's like, well, we need to wear this fart monitor. We need to see how flatulent you are before we can agree on terms. Nice. 48 farts a day. Oh, that's very nice.
Oh man, this world is one I can't wait. I hope this is the one.
I don't live in the alternate reality where farts are a currency, dude. I'm fine with it.
The fart economy needs to happen, man.
The fart-based economy is the greatest economy.
What a new paradigm.
So beautiful.
Oh man.
So rich. All right.
So beefy.
Yeah. Where's the beef? Here it is.
Like a can of Dinty Moore stew, freshly opened, sniffed.
All right. This one's called Professor Bigfoot. You are wandering through the woods for some reason, when suddenly you encounter Bigfoot. You scream in terror as he approaches you, but he tells you in an erudite and professorial voice to please calm yourself. You discover over the course of the next few minutes that Bigfoot is no mere beast, but a brilliantly intelligent being. He takes you to an underground bunker where you witness an entire civilization of his people living in a technologically advanced subterranean society. You are in awe as he explains to you that much of the science you've been taught your whole life is false. The geocentric view of the cosmos is actually correct. The Earth is flat. Aliens, vampires, goblins, unicorns, werewolves, angels, demons, God, the devil, all that shit, all of it's real. 9/11 was an inside job. The elites are eating the pituitary glands of dead children to stay young forever. JFK was actually assassinated by the Keebler elves, who are also real. The world is nothing like what you've been led to believe it to be, and all the conspiracy nuts that are ridiculed and laughed at are actually way more on the money than the average informed person.
Okay.
After a long night of learning, you fall asleep in Bigfoot's guest bedroom. When you wake up, you're back in the woods, asleep under a tree. Was it all a dream? You don't think so. It was too vividly real. Are you going insane? Possibly. But you've never shown signs of hallucinations before. You ultimately decide that there is a good chance that what you experienced was real. This is corroborated by a trail of Bigfoot footprints nearby the tree where you were reposing, as if he carried you back there.
Corroborated.
Yes. Other than those easily faked footprints, however, you have no real evidence of anything that you saw or learned. You know that if you tell this story, most people will write you off as completely insane or a charlatan. Do you still make an attempt to convince people of what happened? Do you stay quiet about it, or do you take some other approach?
I assume that was some strong ass acid. That's exactly what I'm going to assume. If fucking meet Professor Bigfoot who tells me.
I mean, what good does it do me to know that the fucking Keebler elves are behind it all? I don't want to,
Yeah, if it's true, it's like, what am I going to do about it? The Keebler elves are obviously badasses. Like, I hope they're not coming for me. Fuck.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe on a personal experience level, that'd be true. But I also know I couldn't demonstrate that to anyone else. That even if Bigfoot, showed me the evidence and proved everything he said, and it's like, here, Scotty, here's all the evidence. I proved everything beyond a shadow, doubt, beyond a reasonable doubt. This is all true. Like, I can't show it to anyone else because Bigfoot left me in the fucking woods.
What about,
I do believe it?
What about telling like personal, like friends and family and shit? Like, would you guys tell your wives or girlfriends, or would you just be like?
Yeah, I tell the people that are closest to me about it for sure.
Yeah, but I don't think I convinced anybody. I think everyone would just think I was crazy, or probably with me, they'd be like, I'm making this up as some fucking bit or some story to make them laugh or like amuse them. So they're probably just going to be convinced like that's what it's all about. Like, I don't sincerely believe it. And if I'm like, no, I really believe this, at a certain point, they're just going to think I'm mentally ill. Man, that's about it.
Yeah, I really don't see this changing much for me. I mean, yeah, it'd be a fucking weird experience to have, but I don't know that how I would benefit from knowing something that nobody would ever believe. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, there's no clear
I don't
benefit.
see a change in my life at all. So yeah, I would probably share some of it with my, the people that are closest to me and shit. But other than that, I wouldn't try and like tell the world about it or anything.
Yeah,
I can't see myself wanting to step into that because, you would just be looked at as totally fucking insane by 99.9% of people.
Even though under the auspices of this, they'd be the insane ones because they actually have the the wrong worldview. They're actually
they're under the delusion.
Yeah, so
if indeed you believe that this fucking Bigfoot shit wasn't just an acid trip or
DMT experience,
or a DMT thing, yeah.
Well, you didn't take any,
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're waking up with this hallucination in your mind. Maybe you don't remember taking it.
Maybe someone did that to you, though. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
I gotta take a leak. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Fuck, dude.
Well, another thing you could do is you could, and this was Chelsea's answer. She said, I'd write it down as a novel so that if any of this stuff ever came to light, then it's like, look how prescient I was. I knew all this shit long before.
Dude, the Keebler elves killed Kennedy. Do you think in that fucking world that like this shit's ever coming out? If like all that's true, it ain't coming out because the Illuminati does control the media. Like this shit ain't coming out. Like if people are that wrong about what the actual reality we live in is, come on, it's almost inconceivable that it's going to shift seismically. They go, oh, okay, now suddenly
holy
everyone
shit, it's a geocentric universe, y'all.
The Earth is a flat plane. Like, all right,
the Earth is the flat center of the universe where the Keebler elves assassinated JFK, and we all know that.
What did they do it for? Did he fucking shit on their cookies or something?
I don't know. It's unclear why they did it, but they did it.
Maybe they just did it because they could do it. They're like, you know what?
Fucking elves.
He might have made a fucking comment about it. They might have been like, the Keebler elves, they just ain't shit anymore. The Keeblers, they've lost their shit. They've lost it. And they're like, oh, really? We've lost it? Boom, you're dead. What have you lost now? Your fucking life, bitch.
Yeah, he's like all like, who does the Keebler elves? Which is it? Is the company actually called Keebler?
Is it Nabisco?
Is it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who's the competitor? Whatever. I don't know. This has run its course. Paul, come back.
I don't know. What company was that again? Oh,
I think the company's actually called Keebler, but I could be fucking wrong as shit. I don't know.
I don't care enough to look it up. I'd rather just be like, what is it? People always go, look it up. It's like, I don't always want to look it up.
I'm going to look it up.
I guess
I got nothing better to do.
I got a thing in the world to do.
Let's see. Who are they owned by? Okay, Keebler is a company.
Oh, it is.
But are they owned by something else? Parent organizations, Kellogg's. Okay, so they're a competitor to Nabisco.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind.
So maybe Kennedy was like, Nabisco, the best cookie brand, and the Keebler Elves were like, fuck you, bitch, grassy knoll. That's what you get.
Phil saying about that. He's like, you never called a grass. No one else calls it. Talks about grassy knolls. Let's talk about the Kennedy assassination. I'm like, true. No one really refers to a hill as a knoll. Like, look at that knoll over there.
Well, a knoll and a hill are not the same thing, right?
Then I thought they pretty much were.
I thought a knoll was like a smaller than a hill. Like it was just like a little bump.
Yeah, what the fuck is a knoll even, dude? I've never really heard that mentioned besides that. That was a good point.
Hold on. A small hill or mound.
So it's basically a hill, but it's not. But it's not a big.
But a
hill.
Small hill.
But still a hill.
Hold on. There's like some brand called Knoll, and I can't fucking. It's like taking over everything.
Oh, maybe they did it, dude. They're like, how can we raise awareness of the word knoll?
All right, so it's not like it's like this is a fucking knoll, basically. Oh wait, I gotta hold on. I'll share the fucking bullshit with you. That's like a knoll.
I mean, that's a fucking hill, dude. Most people wouldn't call that a knoll. Let's admit that.
I thought they were a little smaller than that, but yeah, I mean, you know,
a fucking hill. I mean, yeah, you can call it a knoll.
That's a knoll too. I mean, see, it's like that's what I think of when I think of a knoll. It's like this, like kind of little thing, man.
Myrtleberry Hollow.
Welcome to Myrtleberry Hollow.
Fucking hill. Welcome to what?
Welcome to Hillsbury Hill.
Yeah, hill. Look what comes up.
Hill. Well, whatever. I guess it's just it's a word for hill. You could just use it interchangeably
around here, really. Like, I mean, like we do, but they're like so minor. It's like, hey, this land is a little bit more above sea level than this land. It's about all you get in this part of Louisiana.
Paul's taking the longest piss known to man.
He's like that. He's doing like the Austin Powers one.
It's still just going. He's still
come. That's never been explained to me about that. Like the cryo sleep, dude. Because they never put anything on their dick. Like, you know, it's like, dude, if you go to sleep for like 8 hours, sometimes you gotta take a piss. You know, you're telling me like fucking 12 months or whatever, and fucking like cryo sleep, you ain't gotta take a piss.
That's true, man.
I mean, you know what it might be? You might just like piss into the gel.
Sorry,
yeah,
a piss became a shite.
Oh damn.
Damn, dude. Paul like fucking was like, all right, I'm gonna take care of
Nature called, and it was knocking hard at the door, and it wasn't gonna. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It happens, and I'm sorry, but I apologize. Though that sucks.
It happens.
Sorry to stall.
No, it's all good.
Man.
We were able to fill the time with inane gibberish, so it's all good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, everything's fine.
What do you mean hold on. You're telling me the show didn't come to an absolute grinding halt when I left?
Yeah, it did. We kind of. If you go back and watch, we pretty much just sat here in silence, awkwardly, the entire time.
All I could do.
Okay, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. Bum, 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 bum. Is there a drum roll in this thing? No. Nope. No drum roll. Damn it.
Just use the positivity sound. It's the best one on the board.
All right.
I love it.
Lord JIMBLEE returns, everyone. Oh, yes, your favorite character, Lord JIMBLEE. Bow before him. Don't play that. The people love Lord JIMBLEE, Scotty. They love him.
I'm not playing that for Lord JIMBLEE. I'm playing that for you, TJ.
Lord JIMBLEE returns. Yes. Yes.
Here's Lord JIMBLEE's, TJ. His divine presence among us.
All right. Behold.
Oh no. Oh no.
No. No. Damn you, Lord JIMBLEE. Why? Why have you done this?
It's all collapsed and gone to shit.
Everyone I know goes away.
Okay, let me ask you a question, TJ. And this is a technical question that has nothing to do with fucking anything that anybody watching the show will care about.
Okay, good.
Every time Scotty drops, I get this pop-up.
Yeah, me too.
Says, your network seems to be blocking the connection.
Yeah.
Nothing happens to us.
Yeah, it's like, so I don't know.
Anyway, all right, well, whatever.
I get it too. I have to close it out every time he drops. I don't.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense because if it was my network blocking my connection, I'd be.
Well,
gone.
maybe we're getting the pop up because Scotty owns the fucking room.
Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably what it is. Oh, come on, Scotty. Scotty, come back.
More scoblums.
Scoblums. Got 99 scoblums.
Watch any movies lately, TJ? Hey, TJ, what you watching lately?
I watched Louis C.K.'s new stand-up special.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It wasn't like Dave Chappelle good or anything, but it was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I'll check that out.
It's I think he's definitely taking a lot more risks with his humor now that he's already like a pariah and shit anyway. So that's kind of cool.
Louis C.K.?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I watched his recent or most recent special or whatever.
Cool.
It's pretty good. Anyway, Lord JIMBLEE returns. You are sitting on your back porch smoking a joint when suddenly an elf appears. It's Lord JIMBLEE.
Oh, no.
And he does a really annoying song and dance introducing himself. You sort of wish he'd just go away, but you know better than to offend an elf. Lord JIMBLEE reaches into his magic satchel and produces 3 items. The first item is a magic 8-ball that actually answers your questions with absolute accuracy. Though it does still occasionally give you that, like, ask again later, reply hazy, try again bullshit.
Okay.
But when it answers, which it usually does, it's 100% accurate answers. Yes, no, whatever.
It still has the blank spot?
Yeah, I mean, there's still, like, the kind of, like, unclear whatever the shit, but, you know.
Right.
The second item is an ATM card that connects to a bank account with an infinite balance, but it can only be used at ATMs. You know, it can't be used, like, you can't go in the bank and be like, I'd like to withdraw money from this account or whatever. You got to use the ATM, and it can only be used once a day, and it's still subject to ATM withdrawal limits. The third item is a Star Trek-style replicator, but it will only work as long as you keep it a secret from everyone else you know. If anyone else discovers it, even accidentally, it will never work again. Now, you have your choice between any of these 3 magical gifts. You can also, I guess, refuse them if you want, but I don't see why you would, because these are all pretty good, even if they do all have some kind of downside attached to them. What do you choose? And why?
I hate to think this way, but in the current society, I was thinking about all 3 of these as you were kind of fucking giving their descriptions.
Yeah.
And the only one that I see that you could really capitalize on is the 8-ball. Because, like, you could ask the 8-ball some crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then make some bets, and you make a bunch of money and shit. The ATM thing, I mean, yeah, that's a lot of money a day.
Yeah.
But it's, you know.
So I checked out ATM limits. Some are 500, some are 1,000, some are 1,500. The highest I was able to find for like an ATM from like any sort of given bank was like 2,500, but it was from a bank I'd never heard of in my life. So
right.
Banks can raise your limit, so you could convince the bank to say like, "Hey, I want to withdraw 2,500 a day," and if you took that money and just simply invested that money, I mean, at a certain point,
sure.
Let's be honest, you know, I mean, with inflation and everything else, you would be a millionaire very shortly.
I mean, look, let's be real. You could get rich with all 3 of these. The 8-ball,
sure.
you could easily you can make fucking perfect bets. You could go bet on a horse race. You could do whatever the fuck. There's all kinds of things. You
take
can
every NFL team and go, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, you could do the lottery numbers with. You could even win the fucking Powerball. All you have to do is sit there is like, is 1 going to be one of the numbers? Is 2 going to be one of the numbers? Is 3 going to be one of the numbers? Etc. So you could fucking suss out what the lottery numbers are. If you had a Star Trek style replicator, you could just literally replicate money. Or if you don't want to do that because it might be flagged as counterfeit, you could just be like, replicate a giant, bar of gold, replicate a pile of diamonds, whatever the fuck. So, I mean, like any one of these things you could get rich with. The drops.
Hold on, I just gotta eat my replicated PB&J. Oh shit! Fuck!
Oh no, it's gone.
God damn it!
It's gone.
So stupid.
No.
So stupid.
So would the replicator be able to make like anything you want?
Yeah.
Okay, so anything you want, as long as it's, I guess, can fit the replicator. It's like smaller.
Yeah, it's got to fit within the fucking box that it is the replicator. Yeah.
So, like, but like, what are the limits of that? Like, it's like my imagination, what has already been invented. Like,
I mean,
what's the limit
you can't fucking replicate something that like doesn't exist, or the replicator can't like make me a dragon or something. You know, it's not going to be able to do that.
I could make you a miniature dragon.
No, because it doesn't know what a dragon. I mean, like, it can't replicate life. I've never seen Star Trek have it replicate like a mouse or something.
I'm like a figurine of a dragon.
Yeah, you could do that. Little dragon statue, sure, whatever.
I just realized that I can't fucking. I can't kayfabe yell like that living in an apartment.
No.
It's like
give me a fucking dragon. Like, whoa. All his neighbors. Like,
so you got So let's just go through these things. The
Atm Card sounds the most boring, so I gotta fucking discard that one. That one just like, yeah, you know,
it's the most stable. It has the least drop. The main drop. Okay, so the main drawbacks to each of these. The main drawback of the 8-ball is if anyone ever discovered you had it, they'd be wanting to steal it for fucking sure.
And you could easily lose it too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you would go through. You would make sure not to lose something like that. The other thing is you might end up asking it some shit you don't really want to know. You know what I mean? Like you might ask it some questions that you might not really actually want the answers to.
Well, I died on August 13th. Well, I died of brain cancer. Well, I died of a heart attack.
Right, exactly. You could learn things that maybe you weren't meant to know or shouldn't know, or it's going to make your life a little bit more of a.
Well, remember the episode of the Twilight Zone?
What if you ask it like, "Is hell real?" Yes. Like, oh
no.
Am I going there? Yes. It's like, so you never know.
I want the replicator.
The replicator, the problem with that is like.
I mean, you'd have to be
super slick with that. I mean,
yeah, you can't share it with anybody. You can't even let anybody find out you have it.
And anytime you do something with it, like replicate a bunch of diamonds or something, you're going to have some alternate explanation of like, how did you come across this giant pile of diamonds? You know what I mean?
Right.
So you're going to need explanations there.
Crazy.
I just got to be fucking smart, TJ. If you're smart, the replicator, it's your best bet. And this assumes that as long as no one discovers the replicator, it never breaks, correct?
No, as long as the only way it stops working is if it's discovered.
Okay,
right.
Replicator, dude.
Now,
replicator.
let me specify. If someone sees the replicator but has no idea what it is or what it does, that doesn't count.
Right.
If we're talking, someone sees it and identifies it as what it is. Like if someone sees it, it's like that's a fucking replicator. Then you're fucked. Or if you reference it in conversation, then you're fucked. If someone suspects you have a replicator, but you don't admit to it and they don't know for sure, then you can. But if you confirm it in any way, like if you even like wink at them, like, oh no, it's not a replicator. Wink.
Right.
It's gone. You know what I mean?
Like that's a decoration. Get the fuck away from me.
So
this. You're not gonna give me fucking riches, dude. What if I want a fucking steak? I'm hungry.
These are absurd.
Take some money, Paul.
Yeah, I'm taking the 8-ball. It's just too. It's like I just win the lotto.
Yeah, but not only that. Like, I mean, you could satisfy a lot of curiosities with the 8-ball. Like, if you're fucking dealing with some motherfucker, you're not sure. Like, is this motherfucker trustworthy?
Right.
But eventually that 8-ball is going to become kind of a crutch. You're going to become like Gollum with that thing. Like, what about this? Should I have bacon for breakfast this morning? It's like
Paul's going to turn into the fucking the failed couple from the episode of the Twilight Zone where Will Shatner and that woman get stuck in that town. Well, they leave. But there's the other couple that comes in like after at the end of the episode. They're like, okay, well, is today the day we're gonna leave? That'd be Paul, dude. His life would be racked and destroyed because he would have all that knowledge. He would have always the right answer, but it would drive you insane.
I readily accept that. By the way, I readily accept.
You say that now, but you would be like, it's like, oh, am I gonna die now? Oh god! And have you had any anxiety about yourself or anything in the world? Like it would be confirmed. It would be okay. Oh, I mean,
oh my god! You know what? You're right. That just doesn't even work because then I'd just be more of a mess. So it doesn't solve anything for me.
That's why I didn't want it, dude. I'm like, yeah, because like eventually you're gonna use it for that reason. You can tell yourself all day, like, I'll just use it to make money, or I'll use it for this. Like, you can ask about anybody. Is
shit.
Has this person ever lied to me? Yes.
But on the other hand, Scotty, you could use it to unlock some of the mysteries of the fucking cosmos and shit too. You could be like, you could know.
Yes or no, so the answers still have to kind of come from you.
Yeah, but you still got you could still fucking like suss a lot of things out that even science cannot yet explain and know.
How? Because you don't like you're only able to answer yes or no questions essentially. Right. So you can't be like, I mean, you like, is this theory correct?
But you could go through a process of elimination. You know, like you'd be like, does string theory hold any water? You know, like you know what I mean.
What if you could give it to the world too?
Yeah, I mean, you could
like tell everybody about it.
You could like bestow it to like some kind of fucking. You could use it to make your fortune, and then just be like, "This is too much of a temptation to use for fucking." You know, I might. So I'm giving it to science. I made my money, but then of course they're gonna know that you fucking cheated to win that money, so they might take it from you. But then again, you're giving a fucking magic 8-ball to the world, so I mean, like, I don't know.
No, the replicator, dude.
So what would you do with the replicator then, Scotty?
Whatever the fuck I wanted, dude. Okay, look, I can make any food I want, so I never have to buy any food again. So I'm like good for that. Like,
okay, but wait, hold on. No. This is bullshit. Because you cannot just go into some mysterious room and then come out with like some steaks and be like, "Hey, honey, here's some steak from the mystery room you're not allowed to go in." And she's like, "There's a fucking replicator in there, isn't there?" You know, because then you're gonna be fucking found out pretty damn quick.
Nah, dude, I'm not gonna be fucking found out, TJ. I'm not gonna be fucking found out.
You're gonna be found out.
Okay, look, because I'm not gonna keep it at my house.
Okay.
I'm not gonna keep it at my.
Where are you gonna keep it?
I'm gonna fucking immediately buy some land or some property and like create like a hunting cabin or some bullshit. And I'm gonna have like a secret fucking room that I go to where like I'm going out for my respite or something. So then if I bring shit back, it's just going to be like, "Oh, I just found this," or "I traded someone for this," or I'll come up with some fucking bullshit store. I'll start like a business that's like, "I buy and sell goods" or something. I'll come up with some bullshit.
Yeah, you know what? That would probably be a thing. You could like start like some kind of like antique shop or something. Be like, "Look what someone traded me today. All this gold bullion." You know, it's like, whatever. Okay, sure. Oh, bye, Scotty. See you later. Needs to replicate himself a reliable internet connection.
Oh, what was the second one? What is the one we were not really even considering?
The one that
the debit card,
the ATM card with infinite balance, but you can only withdraw like certain amounts a day and shit.
Right.
So it's probably the least of a downside, but it's not exciting. I mean, like you're not going to become a billionaire with it or something. Like the other two, you potentially could. If you play your cards right.
I mean, with the 8-ball, you could become like a god.
Yeah, you could be amazing with the 8-ball.
Like a god emperor.
Like the 8-ball has it's the most overpowered, I think, but it's also the biggest drawbacks. The replicator, really cool, but the stipulation, means you could lose it pretty fucking easily, honestly. And the ATM card, it's the most stable, but it's also the least sort of prized to it. It's like obviously if you go to ATM and fucking take out like $1,000 a day or fucking $2,500 a day or whatever, then obviously you could fucking live pretty sweet off of that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like I don't know how much a month or a year, but not too shabby.
Yep.
Like let's see. What's 2,500 times 365? That'd be about $1 million a year, a little less, about $912,500. But you have to go to that ATM every single day,
right?
So you could be,
and that's like what are the tax implications of that too?
That's another thing is you're gonna have to kind of hide that money from the government.
Like, how do you explain that income?
You're not gonna be able to explain it, so you're just gonna have to kind of keep it in a mattress somewhere or something, and kind of.
Yeah, see, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah,
because it would be useless to me like that.
Has Paul decided yet?
I don't know. No, I don't think he has.
I'm going with the 8-ball.
8-ball says Paul.
Dude, that's gonna be fucking Paul's downfall so quick.
I think any of these is going to be the downfall of the person that gets them.
Well, this
honestly.
is Lord JIMBLEE we're talking about. He gives you amazing gifts with an unforeseen down. Well, I guess you can foresee the downside, but the fucking upside is so appealing, you just do it anyway.
I just like the magic 8-ball better than a replicator or an infinite debit card. It's just the one that's most interesting to me.
Fair enough. This next question is called Spud Greeley is coming to kick your ass.
Okay.
Cool.
This is a very binary one, Paul. So it shouldn't take. This is your favorite.
Okay.
2 unappealing choices.
Got it.
And not even really much of a choice either. And okay, so before I ask you guys this one, you guys have to decide this immediately. You don't get any time to think about this. You got to answer as soon as I'm done reading it.
How's that fair, TJ? How's that fair at all?
Because this is a situation. This is not a contemplative fucking thing.
All right,
Spud
fine.
Greeley is a 7-foot-tall mountain of muscle with an IQ of 70 and a temper like a rabid Wolverine. The only thing he's ever been good at in his life is kicking the shit out of people and putting them in the hospital. He has decided, for whatever reason, that he hates your fucking guts and is imminently coming to kick your ass. In this situation, you're almost entirely powerless, but there is one thing that you have the time to do, and that's grab a weapon. You do not have a gun handy, but you do find a lead pipe. The problem is that the more you think about it, the more you come to the conclusion that attacking him with that lead pipe is probably just going to make him madder. You might be better off just taking the ass beating and not fighting back. The last guy who fought back and actually hurt Spud is still in the hospital with several broken ribs and a fractured skull. The guys who just take their ass beating usually walk away with some bruises and a concussion. Do you arm yourself with the pipe and try to fight back like a man, or do you just curl into a ball and take your righteous ass beating like the simpering little pussy that you are? The clock is ticking. He's right outside. Go.
Okay. Okay, so give me my choices, like, condensed once again, just so I'm fucking...
Lead pipe and risk getting your ass kicked worse, or just take your ass beating and don't fight back. He's at the door.
Like, this is basically like, let's say, like,
he's smashing it open. He's smashing it open.
Okay, I'll just take my ass beating.
Yeah, I'm taking the ass beating. That's he's breaking down my fucking door. Like, what does mean a lead pipe can do? Like, let's even say I crack him in the knee or something.
Right.
I mean, and that takes him down. Like, how do I know that's really like if I miss or he grabs or he blocks that, which he's probably going to be able to do pretty easily because he's way bigger than me and stronger than me. Like, it's just gonna be him like beating a fucking child.
Let me just tell you guys. I know Spud Greeley, and you guys made the right choice because if you fucking tried to take that pipe to him, you'd ended up fucking severely injured or dead.
Well, I'm glad I didn't mess with Spud Greeley.
Dude. Yeah, like, you swing that pipe. It's like a kid swinging a pipe at you.
Don't fuck with no Spud Greeley. All right, this one's fun. This is called the Big Budded Bimbo.
The Big Budded Bimbo?
Yeah.
Okay. Another TJ hypothetical.
Yep.
There we go.
You're standing in line at Chipotle behind a big budded bimbo with the most delectably sexualized body you've ever seen in your goddamn life. Now, you know that women are not just sex objects, but this chick really looks the part. You find yourself hypnotized by dat ass, crammed in tight yoga pants that leave nothing to the imagination. You can think of little else as you wait behind her in line, salivating at that blubbergumptious hams being smuggled in her pants. Suddenly, from your left, an ugly feminist that you didn't know was there starts loudly accosting you and announcing to the whole store that you're a pervert who ogles women. The bimbo turns to the feminist and actually defends you, saying that she's just jealous that no one wants to look at her disgusting body. This escalates to the point where the two women start physically fighting in Chipotle, pulling each other's hair, clawing at one another. At some point, the feminist rips the yoga pants right off the bimbo's ass, revealing two perfectly round, fleshy globes of booty meat that writhe and jiggle as the battle continues.
TJ, have you been inside my head lately?
The fight is eventually broken up, and both women are asked to leave. Anyway, what do you want on your burrito?
Well, I have a standard order at Chipotle.
Go ahead.
So I get a burrito with white rice, black beans, usually chicken or like barbacoa. Sometimes I'll get like just a veggie burrito.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, I'll do the barbacoa. Throw down some mild salsa and some medium green salsa. Little handful of lettuce, little dollop of sour cream, and serve it up.
Awesome. Scotty?
Dude, all I know is I'm freaking rock hard from watching that exchange, and food is not on my mind. I'm just gonna be like,
You're gonna Jeff Goldblum it.
yeah. I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
No.
All right,
I'm going home with my boner and my burrito.
Bonerito.
Yeah.
All right.
I might fuck the burrito on the way home.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. You might use it as like a little pussy pocket or something. Okay. This
You
one,
know what? Hold the sour cream this time.
yeah, I'll provide my own.
I won't be eating it this time.
All right. This one is called Forgiveness. So this was kind of a more serious one, honestly. This is like some conundrum shit.
Lucky, yeah, I just don't forgive whoever did me wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we know your answer already then. All right. You are in the supermarket, about to buy some Oreos, when suddenly you hear gunshots. You realize there is a mass shooting going on, and you aren't sure what to do. You're pretty far from any exit, and there's no obvious hiding spots nearby. You become paralyzed with fear. Then, a teenage boy in a black trench coat holding an AK-47 starts walking with sinister purpose down the aisle towards you. He points the gun directly at you, and you scream for mercy, but he opens fire, loading your guts with bullets. You collapse, and the last thing you see before it all turns black is blood gushing from your chest and stomach. You wake up 3 days later in the hospital. You are informed that you've been paralyzed from the waist down, and you will now be confined to a wheelchair and deal with a whole host of other health issues related to injuries from the attack. The teenager who attacked you was a 16-year-old boy named Jesse Barlow, who was radicalized by incel ideology online. He was apprehended alive and is now in jail. 20 years pass. Medical technology has restored 75% of your mobility through a combination of stem cells and biomechanical solutions. But medical developments are not the only thing to change in 20 years. Our justice system has also radically transformed, and now Jesse has been declared rehabilitated and will soon be released from jail. However, as his one living victim, you have what is known as the right of vengeance. You can choose to kill Jesse without consequence. Otherwise, he will be set free. If you choose to kill him, you will be brought into a sterile environment with Jesse strapped in a chair, blindfolded and gagged. You will be presented with a remote control that will inject poisonous chemicals into his bloodstream, killing him within 3 minutes. Once again, if you choose not to kill him, he will be set free into society. You believe that there is a strong possibility that he has genuinely been rehabilitated, and there's no way to know for sure. But there's no way to know for sure, of course. What you are certain of is that you are still extraordinarily furious at him for the pain and suffering that he has caused you and other victims and their families. And even the possibility of him visiting it upon someone else in the future is absolutely disgusting to you. What do you choose?
I mean, I guess if you have to assume in this scenario that the society has shifted where they're willing to let this person roam the streets and be free. You know, I'm not saying like that's all they're going to do is roam the streets, but obviously, if society believes he's rehabilitated, that's so.
But society also believes that you have a right to vengeance if you want it.
Yeah, so you have a right to vengeance, but they also believe at the same time that people have perpetrated mass shootings. If they've been rehabilitated, that they should still be in society.
Right.
That's fucking tough, man. Because that basically that means you're responsible ultimately for that. So our choices really are like accept him and just forgive him and move on. You know, which is very hard to do, like you said, because you've been paralyzed and you've had a lot of mobility restored. But you know, at the same time, you probably suffered for 20 years with all the shit that goes along with that. You know, like you had to have your house retrofitted. You can't enjoy any of the same activities you might have enjoyed before. Well, Paul, in your case, we know you weren't running around anyways. But
You're right.
Fuck, that's tough, man. All these are fucking. Well, not all of them. The lead pipe versus the giant. That was an easy one.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not going to fight the giant. This one, I don't really believe in the death penalty. Also, it's like, do I want this guy roaming the streets? But I don't really feel like I'm like, if society thinks that's for the best in a sense, and if things have massively reformed, I probably would I'd say, you know what? If you really believe in that principle, you have to let him go. You can't, because, you know, at that point, you know, if you're killing him, it's just more of an act of vengeance. It's not really an act of, you know, trying to be a society of laws and reason. It's more just your personal vendetta and vengeance. You can say, okay, well, obviously, you know, this person might be released, but I don't think it should be really left to me. I think that's the the system's job to decide that. I guess I still have that right.
But the system has decided that you do have the right, that it wants you to make that choice.
I get that, but I just don't think that power should be left to me. So I probably would not kill him.
You're probably right about that, but it has been in this scenario. So
no, I get that, but I'm saying, but in my personal opinion, in that scenario, I'm not. I don't think I'm qualified to make that call. I think that I would just let him go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I would as well. I mean, I'm trying to think about it from the other perspective, but I've never been the type of person that's going to push the button on somebody else's life. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not me.
You've had, I mean, like, there's kind of a semi-analogous situation in your life, with that carjacking and shit too.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
So, I mean, like, you probably have more of a grasp on the complexities of this than most people do. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd be kind of tempted to kill him, but I don't think I ultimately would.
It'd be tempting, but.
So, I mean, at this point in my life, I don't carry around a whole lot of vengeance or anger towards those dudes.
Right.
And I definitely wouldn't push no execution button on them. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I just can't imagine myself being taking the alternative on that one.
Yeah, I got you. So anyway, here's we have a final question, but I like to do like a series of quickies first. So this is just a series of would you rather questions.
Which is basically what this is.
Right. Most of these boil down to that anyway, but these are just like no bullshit long paragraph of explanation, just real simple, direct this or that.
Would you rather?
Would you rather have the ability to turn into a bat like Dracula, or fluently speak your choice of 5 different languages with, no effort? Just, you just list them and then boom.
Bat.
Languages.
Explain your answers to me.
Paul, you can go ahead.
I don't know, dude. I've just always wanted to be like really super multilingual. I think it'd be cool.
Paul wants to be a polyglot.
Why do you want to be a bat, Scotty?
I'd be a fucking bat, dude. Like, I want to go fly around. Hey, let me go over there for a minute. Oh, you want to walk over there? No, I'll just turn into a fucking bat. See you in about 20 minutes.
It'd be hilarious is like Scotty gets the power, right? And he's about to go out at night for his first time. And he, turns into a bat and flies up his own chimney, and a hawk snatches him out of midair.
Yeah, you do have to deal with, there is some predation for bats, they're not the top of the food chain. But you could also use turning into a bat to get out of some fucking situations and shit too. No one ever expects someone to turn into a bat. All right. So
or somebody sees Scotty turn into a bat and then he becomes like a lab experiment.
Yeah, somewhere. Like we need to figure this out.
Bat boy.
Would you rather be exempt from all laws or have a completely loyal and obedient pet T-Rex?
Okay, well, let's be honest with that one. The T-Rex sounds awesome, but at the same time, like, even if it's totally obedient, no one's going to fucking trust that thing. That thing's going to end up dead. Almost certainly going to be killed by someone that's like, can't trust that T-Rex. It only obeys him. Or the government's going to declare it a threat or something. So that's going to go away real quick. Exemption from all laws. That means you can do whatever you want. You can fucking run like a pirated movie site and nothing can be done to you. It might be illegal for those other people to download it, but the government can't come in and then stop you from doing that or whatever the fuck you want to do. You want to cheat? You want to lie? You want to steal? Whatever the fuck it is you want to do. Or if you don't have to fucking do any of that shit either, but you just know that in the back of your mind, like, oh shit, I'm running late. I'll drive 100 miles per hour. Not going to be stopped. It's not illegal for you to do it. So it's like, whatever framework you want that to work in, it'll work.
Would you rather be able to control a living skeleton as your slave or never have a stomach ache or headache again?
Oh, man.
Skeleton.
Paul chooses the skeleton.
Give me a break. Would you rather be a cool-ass necromancer or never get a headache again? Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I know a lot of headaches. Some headaches and stomachs are pretty fucking awful, especially if you fucking are a frequent sufferer of either one.
A pet skeleton's just too tempting.
Yeah, I figured you both were going to go the skeleton on that one. I haven't had anyone's take the headache or stomach ache immunity. All right. Would you rather lose the ability to see colors or randomly shit your pants once a month without warning?
So would I rather lose my ability to see colors,
Right.
or live in my normal existence? Let me see.
I'm gonna go shit your pants once a month. I like colors too much.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to see in black and white. It's black and white movies are cool sometimes.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Maybe it would be pretty dramatic to see in black and white.
Yeah, but the real world isn't really lit in like a fucking film noir. So
That's true. You got a good point. Yeah, I'll go ahead and go with the shit my pants.
all right. Would you rather be the main character in the last movie you watched, or be a minor character in your favorite movie?
Okay. What was the last movie I watched? Fuck.
Oh, dude. The last movie I watched was Kill Bill, so I get to be the bride and go fucking slaughter a bunch of people and shit. But I do have a tragic backstory, though. So,
Yeah, that is nice. Oh, you know what? The last movie I watched was Society. With I watched the Shudder thing with Joe Bob, where he, you know what I mean, his last drive-in shit.
Yeah.
But that movie Society, I watched him watch that.
Oh yeah.
So Society, I'd be the main character in Society who gets consumed by a giant blob of fucking nonsense.
But he avoids being consumed.
Oh yeah, he escapes.
Yeah, he
but
escapes.
goddamn. Okay, so I got to be that guy that realizes that's going on in the world, but can never convince anybody. No, thank you.
Or you could be but your other choice is being a minor character in your favorite movie, which I know for you is Aliens. So
yeah, you're fucking.
You're
So
worm.
let's think about the plight of the minor characters in Aliens, though, because there really aren't many.
yeah.
I mean, I guess there's like
The plot of the minor characters in Aliens is they're killed by the aliens. I mean,
there's like the boardroom people,
yeah, maybe you'll get lucky and be one of those fucking.
but I don't get to pick my role.
No,
No.
you might be one of
Oh.
these. You might be one of the people like encased in the fucking thing, and then help me, and then the fucking
Yeah.
I'm killing Bill, dude. I'm killing Bill, man.
This was a lot easier of a choice for Scotty because
Yeah, Jesus. I guess. I guess I'll be the Society guy that watches his whole family turn into sex goo.
I want to know how the fuck you were able to watch Joe Bob's Last Drive-In, because I tried to watch it last night and it wasn't on there yet.
What do you mean?
I tried to watch it last night because I usually watch it on Saturday because usually the airs live on Friday, but I have no idea how to fucking watch it live.
I didn't watch it live.
Right, I know. But then the next day they put it on fucking Prime or whatever the fuck, or on the Shudder app on Prime. But I tried to watch it last night and it wasn't fucking on there.
There was one on mine or there was one or two. It was like Demon Wind and another one that was like currently unavailable. But all the rest of like his season 1, and he just started season 2.
Oh well, okay. You watched something from a previous season.
Yeah, I watched season 1.
I'm talking about the one he just shot on Friday.
Yeah, no, I was not keeping up with it.
Oh,
I
got you.
I decided to try it out.
I love that show. I watch every single episode. I love that shit.
Yeah.
The shit he did in the 90s.
Dude, I just love the encyclopedic font of fucking obscure movie knowledge that is Joe Bob. Anyway,
he really is.
Next thing. Would you rather be unable to get "We Didn't Start the Fire" out of your head for 3 days, or be unable to wash for a month? And that includes washing your hands and stuff.
Fuck that, dude. I gotta be like.
You're still allowed to wipe your ass, though. You're still allowed to wipe your ass. That's it.
I mean, I live through these days-long fucking horrible songs stuck in my head. Like, I've got one right now. Like, I almost rotate them sometimes. Right now, Cyndi Lauper's "Good Enough" from the 80s has been in my head for a day and a half now.
Yeah.
Probably. Just always there. So I would, obviously I'm taking the easy road out of this one.
Yeah.
No brainer, TJ. Come on.
I don't know. I mean, that's a really annoying song.
I mean, well, yeah, because for me, I don't like getting dirty. So
yeah,
not showering for a month for me would be way more gross than
yeah, I got
3 days worth of torturing myself with Billy Joel.
All right. Would you rather win $10 million in the lottery or attain complete and lasting inner peace and clarity of thought?
B. Next.
Yeah, dude, I think that's a simple one for me as well. Dude, you could have that You feel like you pretty much be the most sane human in the world.
Yeah. Would you rather have a speech impediment that makes you sound like an idiot even though you are quite intelligent, or have a posh British accent that makes you sound intelligent even when you are quite idiotic?
So would I rather be stupid and sound dumb, or dumb and sound stupid?
No. No. Would you rather be an idiot? Would you rather be a smart person that just talks like an idiot because you just have like a dumb voice? Hey, guy, you know, like that
obviously
kind of
that one.
Or would you rather sound intelligent but actually be a fucking moron?
I would rather have the dunce voice and actually be smart.
I'll take the fucking cool voice and be dumb.
I like when you guys
might
are
be the
split.
smart way to go.
All right. Final would you rather. Would you rather be able to use any drug without becoming addicted or overdosing? Okay. Or be able to eat as much as you want and still maintain a healthy body weight?
I'm a glutton, dude. Give me the fucking food.
Okay, what was the other option?
You could do any drug you want, and you will not become addicted, and you will not overdose at any point.
Okay.
Like, if you wanted to inject a bunch of heroin, you would only get the pleasurable effects. There would be no like, oh my God, I'm dying, or whatever the fuck.
Right.
And you wouldn't be addicted to it, so you wouldn't like need it. It'd just be a wholly pleasant experience.
B.
Gotcha.
Food. Give me the food.
Oh, I know, man. Like, give me 20 pizzas. Give me this. Whatever the fuck you want to eat, just eat.
Just don't have to worry about it no more.
Here's a very, last time I ended with a very complicated one that kind of went, it was kind of like misleading one where I did this whole big long story, but then it just led to like a question about grape nuts. This time, I think it'd be too predictable if I did that again. So this time, I got a short one. It's a relatively short question. And it's a relatively cliche one, but I think it's always interesting to hear people's answers to this.
Sure.
This is a simple one called The End.
This is the end, my only friend.
A giant meteor is hurtling towards the Earth and will arrive in 3 days. When it hits, the enormous energy of the impact will return the planet to a molten state and kill all life. The population of the Earth has reacted in many ways. Some have turned to faith, praying for salvation from the impending disaster, or at least vying to get into some version of eternal paradise. Some have gone completely mad with fear and have gone on sprees of murderous violence. Others have reverted to absolute hedonism, seeking out orgiastic bacchanals of pleasure before the chance of any pleasure is snuffed out eternally. Some have begun a desperate quest for shelter in deep caves and bunkers, despite the assurance of science that these will offer no protection. Society has lost any and all cohesion. Many are taking their own lives, not wanting to suffer through these dark end times. How will you spend these 3 days?
Jerking off.
Just jerking off the whole time.
Yep. Finally,
some jerk off time.
It's happened. We get one last little dose of dopamine and endorphins, and I'm out.
Dude,
you don't think you go out and cause any havoc or do anything like that? You just stay inside and jerk it.
I know I wouldn't be one of the people out trying to hurt other people or steal or loot or.
Yeah, what would the point be? Like, I would just want to like spend the time with the people that I actually gave a shit about, and be like, "Well, time is coming. See y'all later." I mean, I don't see the point of like, what's the point of fucking looting or rioting or killing? It's like everyone's all dead anyways. We might as well just fucking just take the time we have and just be like, well, this sucks. That was a good life though, so let's just fucking bullshit and fucking hang out and wait for the end.
The people that would be out doing that are already people that have like this kind of suppressed desire to do that. You know what I mean? And I just don't. Like, I'm not a violent dude, so I'm not going to go out and do crazy shit.
What about the hedonism? You wouldn't try to do any of that?
Well, like hedonism at the expense of whom?
I mean, I'm not saying at the expense of anyone. I mean, obviously there's like a segment of society that's doing that. So you could go join in one of those big, like, we're having a pleasure orgy. Come and celebrate with us in the end times or whatever.
Sure. I mean, that doesn't sound horrible, but it's like, to me, it's like, it doesn't make much of a difference anyways. In 3 days, we're all fucking hash anyways. So
do you guys think you might just like off yourself beforehand, or do you want to see the end?
No, I want to see the end. Fuck yeah, dude.
I mean, yeah, dude, you gotta stick around and see the end.
I mean, come on, it's like, why do people watch movies like 2012 and shit? You want to see what happens. It's like, I know it's gonna be a small thing, like, but like, at least I get to see it. Like, at least I get to be the last fucking group of humans ever alive, and we get to experience this crazy thing together, and all our deaths pretty much simultaneously.
Be pretty cool.
Damn. All right, well, here's the end part 2. The meteor passes harmlessly by the Earth. It turns out that calculations about its trajectory were wrong, and the apocalypse is averted. How fucked are you, and how fucked is what remains of society?
I'm fine.
You guys didn't really make bad choices, so you guys are okay. But what about society? What do you think? What do you think is left of that?
It's radically transformed society. You're gonna have a bunch of people who are gonna basically be like public figures who probably went off the rails, who are now done because everyone saw how they handled this crisis. You're going to have like a bunch of respected people that did horrible shit, like they robbed and murdered and killed and shit. So then they're going to be like, I didn't mean to do it. And of course, the book's going to be thrown at them. Who's going to be like, fuck you guys. You guys are assholes.
Do you really think there's going to be anyone left to throw a book at that point? Like, don't you think that like,
oh yeah, but it's going to be like total fascism, dude.
I feel like there, maybe there will be, but I think like whatever vestige of our current government will probably be just gone. Like, I don't see how it. I think that they're like the White Houses will be burned down and like people will fuck on the ashes. I don't know. I think every fucking member of the armed forces would probably desert or turn into just like rape squads or some shit. But
look, the thing is, as soon as that all went away, I mean, because it's only 3 days that we had the knowledge, I think society would. I think a lot of societal institutions might fray, but I think they'd be able to come back. Never said it was like a year or something. Maybe not.
Yeah,
but I mean, a lot of damage can be done in 3 days if everybody just believes it's over. I mean, a lot of systemic damage.
I guess this kind of just boils down to like, what's your view of human nature? Like, what do humans do when the fucking when all bets are off? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of the episode of The Twilight Zone where the guy has the bunker, right?
Yeah, I watched that relatively recently.
And all his neighbors break in because it's all about survival. So, I mean, I think horrible things would be done, but I think if people knew that an existential threat would pass, it's kind of hard to believe that people wouldn't want any sort of civilization. But yet again, an individual agent in a larger system, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get an optimal system for everybody. So, I mean, it could happen either way. It could be total chaos, but things could go back to relative normalcy if, like I said, it was only 3 days, and most people, there might have been some people that did some bad shit, but society can recover from that.
Yeah, I don't know. The end of that fucking Twilight Zone episode, there's that other neighbor that was just trying to beat down this dude's door, saying, hey, let's, because the same thing happens. An asteroid skips off the fucking, no, it's the nukes in that one.
It's the nukes,
but it turns out to be a flock of birds or some stupid shit, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And,
this is a test.
That the neighbor that was just minutes ago trying to beat this dude's door down in a fit of panic and rage is like, hey man, let's have a barbecue or something, let things get back to normal.
Yeah.
And the dude that was in the bunker says, I don't think normal ever existed. I don't even know what normal is now,
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
So I think that there's a strong chance that there's some heavy like restructuring of society as a result of this.
Well, inevitably, any massive cataclysmic event's going to fracture society in a number of ways. So, I mean, even if we do come back together with some cohesion, it's going to be a totally different mindset of like, this is what my neighbors are actually like. This is what the people around me are actually like. Now, the people that like didn't fuck you over and like kind of try to kept their shit together, obviously that your opinion of them won't have changed much, but a lot of other people you may know or encounter, if you saw them like marauding around and raping and pillaging, you're not going to be like, I trust that person still. You're
right.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, that's all the ones I have for this edition. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. I know I did. I mean, these are fun. I probably won't do another one for a little while now. But I thought a nice little sequel on the heels of the success of the first is pretty fun. But yeah, it's probably gonna be a while before you see another one of these. But Lord JIMBLEE just had to get back and offer one of his tantalizing but ultimately probably destructive gifts to you guys.
Good old Lord Jimblee.
And by the way, if you guys want to try to answer these questions down below, or if you just have even one you're like, hankering to let your answer be known to, go ahead and put it in the comments section because, I'd be interested to see.
Why not?
All right, everybody. Fare thee well. Stay safe. Stay sane. If you are sane, that is.
And if you hear about an asteroid coming, you never know.
Stay indoors.
Yeah,
because it might skip off the atmosphere.
Don't do anything too crazy because the scientists might be wrong.